What's up, fish? This is Quick Query Quiz. Let's get started.
December 1st, 2024. Lady of Rage makes an amazing guest appearance on the Paramount Plus series, The Equalizer, alongside the Queen. On December 1st, 1955, Mrs. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks becomes one of the faces of Montgomery bus boycott. This boycott lasted about 13 months. The U.S. Supreme Court later ruled that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional. On December 2, 1866, Harry Burleigh was born. He was a singer and musical composer. December 2, 2024. Legendary director and actor Glenn Turman makes an appearance on the CBS series The Neighborhood. He has had an extraordinary career with iconic roles in Cooley High, J.D.'s Revenge, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and A Different World as Colonel Bradford Taylor. On December 3, 1847, Frederick Douglass founded and edited his first anti-slavery newspaper. The paper was called the North Star. December 3, 2024. Black Information Network reports that Kerry Washington gets her Hollywood Walk of Fame star. On December 4, 1906, Alpha Phi Alpha becomes incorporated. This was the first African-American Greek fraternity for males. This fraternity was established at Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. 7 college men recognized the need for brotherhood for the African descendants in the United States. On December 5, 1784, unfortunately, Phyllis Wheatley passes away. She was the first black author to publish a book of poetry. Despite being enslaved, she accomplished so many milestones and affected so many lives. On December 6, 1865, the 13th Amendment was ratified. The original 13th Amendment stated that, on January 31, 1865, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except for if it was as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States, or any place subject to their jurisdiction. The ratified 13th Amendment forbids chattel slavery across the United States and in every territory under its control, except as a criminal punishment. December 7, 1890, Sergeant Thomas Shaw was awarded the Medal of Honor. This is the highest military decoration. He was born into slavery and retired from the Army in 1894 and settled in Rosslyn, Virginia. December 8, 1896, John Thomas White received his patent for the revised and improved lemon squeezer. December 9, 2024. Unfortunately renowned poet, activist, and educator Nikki Giovanni passed away. On December 9, 2024, Black Information Network reports that Tiffany R. Johnson has been appointed a federal seat. The Biden-Harris administration has marked the most black women appointed as federal judges. On December 9, 1833, the Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Society was established. This organization pushed for the emancipation of enslaved blacks. They also supported and assisted with the Underground Railroad by providing housing, protection, and transportation. December 10, 2024, Black Information Network reports that a historical marker was unveiled in honor of 1890. Lynching victim Robert Mosley. December 10, 1846, Norbert Rillieux patents his sugar-making process. His sugar refining process was revolutionary. He was posthumously inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2004. December 11, 1923, Maury Turner was born. He was the creator of the legendary comic strip We Pals. This was the first American syndicated comic strip with a racially integrated cast of characters. December 11, 2009, Disney's The Princess and the Frog was released in theaters. Tiana, played by Anika Noni Rose, is Disney's first black princess. This musical stars the incredible voices of Anika Noni Rose, Bruno Campos, Michael Leon Woolley, Jim Cummings, Jennifer Cody, John Goodman, Keith David, Peter Bartlett, Jennifer Lewis, Oprah Winfrey, and Terrence Howard. December 12, 1870. Joseph Hayne Rainey becomes the first African American sworn in as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives. On December 13, 2024, Marvel releases the trailer for the new Captain America movie starring Anthony Mackie. This extraordinary actor has held roles in such iconic movies and television shows. December 13, 1923, Wiley Austin Brenton Sr. was born. He was a respected lawyer and civil rights leader. Wiley at Brenton Sr. was an extraordinary civil rights leader in Arkansas who helped desegregate the University of Arkansas School of Law. December 14, 2022, Black Jack Christmas had its release date. The legendary Kiki Shepard makes a memorable cameo. She has had a remarkable career, but is most notably known for being the host of Showtime at the Apollo. December 14, 1829, John Mercer Langston was born. He was an attorney, educator, and the first African American elected to public office, or United States Representative for Virginia. On December 15, 1870, the CME was formed. CME stood for Colored Methodist Episcopal, founded by formerly enslaved blacks. However, as of 1956, it is now called the Christian Methodist Episcopal Church. On December 15, 1980, the Three for Love album by Shalimar was released and has the hit single, This Is for the Lover in You. On December 16, 1816, William Cooper Nell was born. He was a respected author, abolitionist, journalist, publisher, who often wrote for abolitionist newspapers such as The Liberator and The North Star. On December 17, 2002, Robert Louis Johnson becomes the first African American to own a major professional sport. This entrepreneur, media mogul, executive, philanthropist, and investor was also the founder of BET with Mrs. Sheila Crump Johnson. On December 18, 1917, Rayford Chapman, Ossie Davis, was born. He was a respected actor, director, writer, and activist. On December 18, 1996, Ebonics became the official language for over 28,000 African American students in Oakland, California, founded by psychologist Robert Lee Williams. Ebonics was a portmanteau of the words ebony and phonics. He understood that standardized testing was used to segregate blacks and whites into superior and inferior groups. By his understanding, standardized test did not test a person's intelligence, but instead tested cultural difference. For that reason, many black students often failed the standardized test, not due to a lack of intelligence, but due to the lack of cultural awareness. He created the Black Intelligence Test of cultural homogeneity to prove the cultural differences in races. This test demonstrated the cultural differences between black and white students that are present, as well as proved that standardized test failed to provide evidence of intelligence. On December 18, 1985, The Color Purple was released in theaters. The original film starred Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, Danny Glover, Adolph Caesar, Margaret Avery, Ray Dawn Chong. On December 19th, Cecily Louise Tyson was born. She is the most decorated actress with having the most iconic movie roles. She was featured in Moses, Roots, Mrs. Jane Pittman, A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich Mama Flora Family, and much more. She was an esteemed role model. On December 19, 1875, Carter Godwin Woodson is born. He was a respected historian, author, journalist, founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, but most affectionately known as the father of Negro history. On December 20, 1933, J. Jackson publishes the hymn, Am I a Soldier of the Cross? On December 20, 2024, Netflix releases The Six Triple Eight. This film was directed by Tyler Perry and details the discrimination many enlisted women faced during World War II. Despite these conditions, these women were the first and only Women's Army Corps. Please note that their contributions are held far beyond the 17 million letters that they were able to deliver. On December 20, 1988, Season 2, Episode 5 of In the Heat of the Night, titled Prisoners, Officer Sweet goes undercover to expose that the adjacent county's sheriff was beating the prisoners. Though In the Heat of the Night takes place in a fictional Mississippi town, on January 10, 2024, PBS reports that families are in disbelief after hundreds of bodies found buried behind a Jackson, Mississippi jail. This is a true crime that includes torture and of abuse of authority. On December 21, 1920, Walter H. Salmons patents the hair-straightening comb. On December 22, 1941, the Atlanta Urban League won the Misses in the Phone Book for African American women. The Atlanta Urban League was founded in 1920 as an affiliate of the National Urban League. On December 23, 1867, Madam C.J. Walker was born. She was a respected entrepreneur, philanthropist, and social activist. On December 24, 1832, the Georgia Infirmary was chartered. This was the first hospital established for African Americans. On December 25, 1951, the home of Harry and Harrietta Moore was bombed. Harry filed the first lawsuit in the South calling for black and white teacher salaries to be equal. As a result, their home was destroyed. On December 25, 2016, Hidden Figures released in the USA. This film highlights the sacrifices of the three brilliant masterminds behind NASA. On December 25, 2023, The Color Purple Reimagined musical is released in theaters. On December 26, Kwanzaa Begins, created in 1966 by Dr. Malina Karenga, a professor and chairman of Black Studies at California State University, Long Beach. Kwanzaa celebrates African American culture and heritage. This application lasts through January 1st of the new year. On December 26, 1908, Jack Johnson becomes the first black heavyweight champion of boxing. Born John Arthur Johnson, and nicknamed the Galveston Giant. Jack Johnson was the most confident, flamboyant, and highly esteemed fighter of his time. On December 27, 2024, unfortunately, it was reported that Greg Gumbel passed away. He was the first African-American announcer to call play-by-play of a major sports championship in the United States when he announced Super Bowl 35 for the CBS network in 2001. On December 27, 1887, Stewart and Johnson's new metal-bending equipment was patented. On December 28th, Nichelle Nichols is born. She was an esteemed actress, role model, singer, dancer, but is most notable for the Star Trek movie and TV show. Her portrayal has increased interest of blacks in NASA, science fiction, and engineering. On December 28, 1903, Earl Kenneth Hines, also known as Earl Father Hines, was born. He was a respected jazz pianist, composer, and bandleader. On December 29, 1881, Emery Conrad Malik was born. He was the first black person to receive his aviation license. On December 30, 1892, Dr. Miles Vanderhurst Link publishes the first national medical journal for African American physicians. On December 31, 1930, Odetta Holmes, professionally known as Odetta, was born. She was a respected singer and unanimously called the voice of the civil rights movement.